If there is one beauty change that can shake a woman's confidence faster than almost anything else after 50, it is hair loss. Not because hair is everything, it is not. Your worth is not hanging from your scalp. Your femininity is not measured in inches or thickness or shine. But when your hair starts coming out in the shower, or gathering in the brush, or showing more scalp than you remember, it can feel deeply personal. I know that feeling. I know what it is like to look in the mirror during a season of change and think, what is happening to me now? For some women, it starts around menopause. For some, it follows a period of stress, grief, illness, rapid weight loss, medication changes, or thyroid trouble. For some, it is years of damage from tight styles, harsh processing, heat, and products that never suited their scalp in the first place. And for many women, it is not just one thing, it is several. That is what I want to talk about today, because when it comes to hair loss, too many women are either dismissed or misled. They are told it is just aging, so accept it. Or they are sold magical products, miracle oils, and dramatic promises that prey on fear. And I do not want either of those things for you. I want something better. I want you to understand that if your hair is thinning, shedding, or breaking, your body may be asking for a closer look. Not panic, not shame, not a shopping spree in the supplement aisle, a closer look. Because healthy hair does not begin with panic. It begins with curiosity. One of the biggest mistakes women make when hair starts changing is focusing only on the hair itself. We run straight to shampoo, serum, mask, collagen powder, scalp gadget, whatever is trending that week. And yes, caring for your scalp matters. Treating your hair gently matters. But hair is also a messenger. It often reflects what is happening inside the body, not just on top of it. So the first question is never, what product do I buy? The first question is, why is this happening? That is the detective work. I want you to think of hair loss as a clue, not a character flaw. Hair grows in cycles. It has active growing phases, resting phases, and shedding phases. When something disrupts that rhythm, the hair often tells the story before anything else does. That disruption might be internal. It might be external. It might be both. Sometimes it is damage. Years of harsh dye, strong chemical straightening, relaxers, repeated bleaching, tight ponytails, heavy extensions, tight braids, constant heat styling, or rough brushing on fragile strands. If the hair or scalp has been under stress for long enough, the follicles and strands can start to show it. Sometimes it is nutrition. Low protein, low iron, poor overall intake, not enough variety, not enough nourishing food. Women over 50 are especially vulnerable here because so many have spent years dieting, under-eating, or eating in a way that keeps them full of calories but not truly nourished. Hair is not essential for survival, so when the body senses stress or shortage, it diverts resources to what matters most. That means your hair can become thinner, weaker, or more likely to shed. Sometimes it is hormones, and if you are in perimenopause or menopause, this piece matters. Shifting estrogen, changing androgen sensitivity, thyroid imbalance, and stress hormones can all influence hair growth and hair loss. A lot of women notice that the hair they had in their 40s simply behaves differently in their 50s and 60s. It may feel drier, thinner, finer, less cooperative, more shedding in certain seasons. That is not your imagination. Sometimes it is illness or stress. And I do not just mean a little stressful week. I mean the kind of stress that settles into the nervous system. The kind of stress that follows caregiving, grief, surgery, infection, divorce, burnout, financial fear, or a season when your body feels like it has been living on alert. Hair is very sensitive to those shifts. Sometimes shedding shows up 2 or 3 months after the stressful event, which makes women think it came out of nowhere. But the body remembers. Sometimes it is medication. Blood pressure medication, certain antidepressants, cancer treatments, hormone shifts, thyroid medication adjustments, weight loss drugs, and other prescriptions can sometimes play a role. That does not mean you stop your medication on your own. Please do not do that. It means you ask better questions and look at the whole picture with your doctor. And sometimes it is anemia or low iron stores, especially in women who had years of heavy periods before menopause, or women who do not absorb iron well, or women who have digestive issues that affect how nutrients are used. I have seen women chase fancy hair solutions for months when what they really needed was a proper conversation about fatigue, iron, thyroid, protein, and overall nourishment. This is why I always say the body is wise. It whispers before it screams. Hair loss may not be the first thing happening. It may be the first thing you notice. I remember a stretch in my own 50s when I felt like my body had become unfamiliar territory. The sleep disruption, the anxiety, the 3 a.m. wake-ups, the weight gain that did not make sense, the feeling that no matter how hard I tried, something was off. And when you are already feeling vulnerable in your body, changes in your hair can hit you harder than people realize. It is not vanity, it is identity. It is one more sign that you are changing, and sometimes you did not get a say in how quickly that change came. So if that is where you are right now, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not silly for caring. You are not shallow for being upset, and you are not powerless. But you do need a wiser strategy than most women are given. The first step is to stop anything that may be actively damaging the hair or scalp. If you are using harsh chemical treatments over and over, if your styles are painfully tight, if you are applying heat every day, if your hair breaks when you detangle it, if your scalp feels irritated, itchy, inflamed, or tender, that is information. Your hair may need a gentler season, less pulling, less heat, less processing, less punishment. I think women are often taught to manage their hair like a battle. Fix it, tame it, control it, force it. But hair, especially aging hair, responds better to partnership than punishment. The second step is to nourish from the inside. And when I say nourish, I do not mean trendy powders and miracle gummies. I mean real nourishment, adequate protein, colorful plants, healthy fats, minerals, enough calories, enough food, enough variety. Hair is made largely of protein, so if your intake is low, your body may not have what it needs to maintain strong growth. Many women over 50 are eating far less protein than they think. A little yogurt here, a salad there, half a sandwich, coffee, maybe soup, and by the end of the day, they wonder why they feel weak, hungry, foggy, and fragile. Hair notices that. Then there is iron, zinc, and B vitamins, all of which play roles in the health of the body and, by extension, the hair. I am not suggesting you run out and start supplementing blindly. I am saying this is where a thoughtful review matters. If you are tired, cold, shedding, brittle-nailed, lightheaded, or simply not feeling like yourself, sometimes the answer is not in the beauty aisle. It is in your labs, your plate, your digestion, or your stress load. The third step is to look at hormones and thyroid health when the pattern fits. If hair is thinning mainly around the temples or crown, if your cycles change dramatically before menopause, if you have fatigue, mood changes, temperature sensitivity, constipation, or a long list of other symptoms, it may be time to ask deeper questions. Not because hormones explain everything, but because midlife women are too often told their symptoms are random when they are not. The fourth step is to support circulation and scalp health gently, not aggressively. A healthy scalp matters. Massage can feel wonderful and may support blood flow to the area. Gentle cleansing matters. Products that are too stripping can leave the scalp angry and the strands dry. Some women enjoy using oils on the scalp, and I have no issue with that if it suits your skin and does not create irritation. A little scalp massage with a gentle oil can be soothing and can encourage you to care for that area with tenderness. But I do not want you to believe that oil alone fixes deeper causes. This is where so much misinformation lives. A rosemary oil blend may feel lovely. A castor oil treatment may help with softness or ritual. A nourishing mask may improve the condition of dry strands. A gentler shampoo may reduce irritation or breakage. All of that can be part of supportive care. But if the root issue is iron deficiency, thyroid imbalance, stress shedding, post-illness shedding, hormonal change, medication-related loss, or traction damage from years of tension, then scalp oils are not the whole story. They may be a small piece of comfort inside a bigger plan, and honestly, I think there is something beautiful about that approach. Hair care as ritual, not desperation. A weekly massage, a gentler wash day, brushing with patience, sleeping enough, drinking enough water, feeding yourself properly, getting sunlight, lowering your stress load where you can, moving your body. These things may sound simple, but they are not small. Because your scalp is part of your body. Your hair is part of your health story, and the body responds to how we live. I also want to say something about sleep, because women often underestimate how much repair happens there. During sleep, your body regulates hormones, restores tissues, settles the nervous system, and supports the processes that help you heal. If you are sleeping 5 fractured hours a night and living on stress hormones and caffeine, your hair is not receiving the calm, nourished environment it needs to thrive. The same goes for chronic stress, and this one breaks my heart because so many women carry stress as though it were a personality trait. We normalize it, we joke about it, we white-knuckle through it, but the body does not laugh it off. It pays attention. Hair can shift in seasons of stress not because you are weak, but because the body is prioritizing survival. That is why I care so much about the whole woman in this season of life. Not just the symptom, not just the appearance, the whole woman. How are you eating? How are you sleeping? How is your digestion? What changed in the last 6 months? Have you been ill? Have you been grieving? Are you over-exercising or under-eating? Did you start a new medication? Is your scalp tender? Are your styles too tight? Are you in menopause? Have your labs been checked? That is real care. And I know some of you are wondering, but Diana, can hair grow back? Sometimes yes, sometimes partially, sometimes beautifully. Sometimes what returns is not exactly the hair you had at 35, but healthier hair than what you have now. It depends on the cause. Temporary shedding from stress or illness often improves with time and support. Traction loss caught early may recover if the damage stops. Nutrient-related shedding may improve when deficiencies are addressed. Hormonal patterns can sometimes be supported, though they may need a more ongoing approach. But if follicles have been damaged for a very long time, or if genetics are strongly involved, the path may be less simple. That is why early attention matters. Gentle attention, not fear. And can I just say this with all the love in my heart? Please do not let shame drive this journey. Hair changes are common in women over 50. So common. You are not the only one noticing the drain, the brush, the widening part, the thinner ponytail, the extra scalp under bright bathroom lights. So many women are quietly carrying that grief and never talking about it because they think they should be above it by now. No. You are allowed to care about feeling like yourself. You are allowed to miss your old hair. You are allowed to seek help. And you are allowed to do it without turning against your body. Because that is the real invitation here. Not to chase youth, not to fight nature, but to listen more carefully. Maybe your body is asking for more nourishment. Maybe it is asking for less stress. Maybe it is asking for better sleep. Maybe it is asking for a thyroid check. Maybe it is asking you to stop the tight styles and the harsh treatment. Maybe it is asking for protein, iron, and rest. Maybe it is asking you to stop ignoring the little signals because you are busy caring for everyone else. You have spent your whole life caring for others. It is time to care for yourself. So if your hair has been thinning, shedding, or losing its vitality, start with kindness. Get curious. Look beneath the surface. Support the scalp, yes, but support the woman too. Feed yourself well. Sleep deeply. Lower the temperature of your stress where you can. Choose gentler products. Be kinder with styling. Ask better medical questions. Treat your body like an ally, not a problem to fix. Because vibrant doesn't have an age limit. And sometimes reclaiming your radiance is not about one miracle product. It is about returning to the foundations and listening to what your body has been trying to tell you all along. Age is just the beginning, my love. And if your hair has been changing in ways that hurt your heart a little, I hope today reminds you of this. Your body is not betraying you. It is communicating. And the more lovingly you listen, the more clearly you can respond. That is where healing begins. That is where confidence returns. And that is often where healthier hair begins too.